We are John and Ellie, the Barefoot Doctors. We lost our new Leopard 50 catamaran to fire, so we began our search for the perfect performance catamaran for sailing us around the world. Jump on board for this adventure, and together, who knows what we can achieve? Because life is better barefoot.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Barefoot Doctors Sailing. We are crossing the Atlantic from South Africa to the USA and are now struggling with a lack of wind. Our Oxley Spinnaker becomes essential for making it through these light and fluky winds. So join us as we have multiple hoists to sort out a variety of different problems. And stay with us to the end of the video because we have a very exciting update on the Portofino 52 renders and recent construction photos. It's very, very exciting stuff. So it's day 6 on the crossing from Cape Town to the USA. We have had 2 days of strong winds, then a couple of days of softening winds and a few days of calm. The wind is now picked up again. We had to motor 15 hours, I think it was exactly, to get to a band of wind further north from us. It now looks like we are out of the calm patch and we are back into the wind. So we're now in the area where the wind comes from the south, so it's right behind us, pushing us northwards or northwestwards. We also have a bit of assistance from the Benguela current, which also flows north or northwest towards St. Helena, so that is great. And as you can see, we are flying the Oxley parasail, which is just spectacular. So isn't that fantastic? It means we do great speeds and light winds. It can sail up to 90 degrees. I haven't had that experience yet, but perhaps we'll get it with Paul on this trip. So it's a nice big sail. Look at that.
Mark, I'm not happy with that twist up there. Alright Neil, when you're ready. Now this is the one we got. Okay, go for it. Yeah. Hang in. There we go. Right. This is the one you can hold onto. This is the one you control. Okay, go for it.
I'm going to back off on the motor.
Yeah. Okay. No, something's not right there. That line is not right. Okay, take it up, Neil. Let's see what happens if we take it up.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, so that's it. Okay, now this is the one that you can actually control. Oh, you got it? Okay. Oh, hold it. All right. Got this one. Now you can just get that one up.
Controlling the speed with that around the winch.
And we have a lift off.
And here we go. Apparent wind speed 6, speed over ground 6. Wind 6 knots with 10 knots of true wind speed.
We're 6 and 6.
Yeah.
Oh!
That was a lot of...
That's why it's worth it. Oh!
So you're a little bit excited, Mark, or what?
Oh, I'm excited about everything. I have a Leopard 50. I have a boat. My life is changing because I'll be a full-time liveaboard. And I have a beautiful sail.
Ask you guys to come up as well. So we want to gather the sail in, to not fall in the water and go over the bowsprit. It's just at the moment that the Code Zero halyard is lower than a Spinnaker halyard. So normally you should be able to drop the whole sail up here, but because it's a little bit lower, about a meter or so lower, it will have a tendency to fall into the water. The way the sail moved over that way, that means you can shoot in quite a bit. So I'm going to, you can see the weight.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shoot in a bit.
Yep.
Okay. So when it does that, you need to tighten the sheet.
But it was very sunny this morning, almost complete clear skies, but now the clouds are coming in. There seems to be a bit of a pattern. We're getting quite a lot of clouds, and that's obviously obstructs the solar power generation, which is a bit of a nuisance, especially when we are sailing. It wasn't so much of an issue when we were driving with the motor, because obviously the motor generates power and charges the batteries anyway. And it is getting warmer, so now we're in shorts or shirts. Didn't have to wear socks and thermals last night, which was really nice, first time. Still had to wear a coat because the wind was still a bit cold, but this is now moving into the really nice, warm, pleasant sailing areas where Elizabeth and I love to be. So isn't that just glorious? Easy sailing. I think Neil's got his feet up, or maybe he's not even in the steering station, but we keep an eye on the sails, obviously, get coffees, drinks, teas, whatever, and it's under order helm, so all we're doing is watching for ships. And of course, as I said, we haven't had a ship in sight for the last 2.5 days, and even then it was way on the horizon, so much so that it wasn't even on our AIS. I suppose the other thing about living on a boat is you are in relatively tight association with everybody. There are things you do have to establish, a few sort of ground rules, like cleaning up behind yourself. You shouldn't leave your own dirty dishes for other people to wash up. Obviously, we've got a cooking roster, so one person cooks the main meal of the day and everybody else sorts themselves out for breakfast or evening snacks. Obviously, everybody has their own personal stuff needing to be done, and I suppose that's the good thing about a good crew, is you all give each other enough space and time to do the things that are important for in their personal lives, and we get on and do the communal work together. The other really important thing is always put things away in the right place, because when you can't find stuff, it makes life a little bit irritating if you spend a long time looking for really simple stuff. We've obviously just packed the boat after a big shopping. We couldn't find garbage bags. Can you imagine garbage bags? Somewhere there were 2 lots of garbage bags, some purple ones and black ones, and we couldn't find them. Nobody could remember where they were. So yesterday we were looking, we found the purple ones, and about 24 hours later, by chance, Neil was getting toilet paper out of his head's cupboard, and lo and behold, there were the garbage bags. So we don't know who put them there, but they were probably put there in a big rush, in a big flurry, and such is life. We're sailing very deep, so the wind sometimes goes around the back end of that side of the sail, so it gives a bit of a flutter as it fills again. Everything is rosy. Not sure if you can have rosiness on an ocean. Everything is turquoise and peaceful and blue, so look at that. Lovely. Obviously, if you like what we do and the effort we're putting into these videos, subscribe. And obviously, if you want more detailed information, live updates of our position, and a daily log, then log on to Patreon and support us through that. All the money obviously going to charity. It's to support suicide prevention worldwide. So look forward to seeing you on the trip. Catch you later. So Neil's doing the meal today. He's discussing the options with Sonia.
With the onions and stuff, mix that all together, put it in the pepper, and then put it in the peppers, and then put it in the oven with either Parmesan or breadcrumbs on top. Fresh Parmesan, and we've got peppers. Okay.
Stuffed peppers?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're getting fancy.
No. I am anything but fancy, John. You should know that.
Sounds delicious. So while Mark's choking, Neil,
I've been hitting the food because it's so good.
sucking it up like a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
So we have stuffed
Stuffed peppers.
peppers
Yes.
with
So,
mince and rice and Parmesan cheese, or maybe
yep. We have some ground beef. We have onions, sauteed onions, jalapenos, and then an assortment of spices.
beautiful.
So,
And we're all tucking in.
It's very good.
We thought he was being very ambitious, very brave. It's delicious though. So here we have bungee tied between the inner shroud and the outer shroud, and I want to put that question out to you all: what is it for? Okay guys, so thanks very much for all of your great ideas as to what these bits of bungee were for. The actual reason was explained firstly by Rob Thompson, who said it is to stop the movement of the shrouds. When you're on a beam reach, the leeward shrouds become loose and then they flop around, and that can cause metal fatigue. And that is exactly the point here. You don't want your stainless shrouds to be flopping around, getting bending at the joints at the bottom, and then obviously risk of breaking down the track. So hold them together, it stops the flopping, it reduces that metal fatigue event. Nick Cooper also came second. He said the same thing a bit later. C. Wench and Greg Vaughan also mentioned the stays wobbling and flagging, but didn't mention about the metal fatigue issue. There were a lot of really good suggestions as well in relation to reducing wind noise and harmonics, and that is certainly an added bonus as well. Now, the most creative and entertaining response was from Rick Creel. It was to prevent jackass penguins flying through the shrouds. And the other thing that was interesting actually was that Mark Taylor also looked it up on Google, and I'm happy to say the answer to this conundrum was not on Google. Keep your stays stable to stop them wobbling about, and that will reduce metal fatigue down the track. So, catch you later. People have been kind of interested in what it's like actually on the boat, and the mundane stuff like what is it like in your cabin. So I'm in the VIP cabin, which is the front part of the hull on the starboard side. We're sailing along, it's a fine day. We've got the Oxley parasailer up, and the winds are about 12 to 15 knots. We're going along at about 7 or 8 knots, which is lovely, and there's about a 2-meter swell. So I just let you see what it's like, because you can hear the noises of the water going past the hull. You can hear the creaking of the Spinnaker sometimes, and a drain going. If you have an open pipe going past water, it sucks the air out, so you get a Venturi effect. So basically it sucks the water out of your toilets and out of your sink basin in your head. But I'm sitting here on my berth or my bed with a lovely view out the window. You step down on the steps. There's my shower head. So if we look forward in this cabin, that you can see how the hull's getting really narrow there. So that really is the bow. If the VIP cabin wasn't here, this would probably be a sail locker, because you can see that goes right forward into the bow. And in this boat they've chosen to have a little door here, so you've got storage in the bow, but that is absolutely the bow of the boat. You can see the forward section and the end of the hull closing off. So we're very far forward, and so that's why the noise from the water and waves crashing through is a little bit louder than it would be normally if that was a sealed bulkhead and no door. But even closing the door, it's a little bit quieter. But it's still there. So I'll open the door so you can hear the squishing better. That's the sail. So this goes on obviously all the time because we're always sailing, and at times when it's been rough weather, that noise is just magnified, feels like about 10 times, but it's like loud crashes and bangs. And once I remember thinking, gee, if we didn't know we were on the water, I would have thought we'd hit something because it was such a loud dunk, especially on the night that we had confused seas with a big swell coming from the west and a big swell coming from the south, and that was sending up triangular spouts of water that would just hit anything. It doesn't matter how high your bridge deck is, catamarans are designed for that, so it's not a problem, it's just noisy. But this is what it's like to be in your cabin and lying in bed. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. I did the 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock shift, so I'm going to go to bed now, which I'll have a lovely beauty sleep. No comments, thank you very much, but it's a lovely day. And obviously when I want to have some sleep and it's in the daytime, I pull the blinds down. It's not 100% blackness, but it does reduce the sunshine a little bit. I do usually close this door, and actually one of the things that we were told by the Leopard people in Cape Town, if you're in big storms, make sure you shut the doors properly, these internal doors, because that's a latch, but at the other end, the thing that's holding that closed there is only a magnet. So if you have a big wave or a big jerk, that's just a pull out, and if there's enough momentum generated with lateral force, pushing, the doors will fly across and go with strong force and potentially break. So if you're in a storm, close the doors so they're latched, not just with the magnets. And here is the VIP bed, berth. So nice big bed, things on the side to put your glasses and your drinks and your computers and your alarm clock and your phone. So you can put that on both sides. Hanging space in there. Enough space for my bag as well in the underneath, and we also have storage underneath here, bags and 3 drawers underneath the beds. So plenty of storage and lovely big room and a private ensuite. So you can sit in bed and just watch the Atlantic passing you by. Isn't that spectacular? Okay guys, so another day and a stronger wind. The wind is 20 to 25 knots out there, 2 to 3 meter swells, and we're sailing along at 8, 7, 8 and 9 knots. So I just wanted to have you listen to this noise and see the waves as they occur. And that you get every now and again. So that's it. I think that's enough. Hopefully that was useful for you guys. It's not too bad, but it is there and it is continuous, so you just have to get used to it. And I must say, it's the intermittent heavy bangs that catch you out, because you're used to the sort of kind of gurgling, steady gurgling. But when you hit a wave and there's this big crack, that's what kind of makes you take notice, I suppose.
We flew the Oxley 3 times. Look at the size of that puppy.
So we're sitting here in the setting sun, which is there, but we have completely clear skies above us and all around us, but on the horizons all the way round there are clouds. Oh, look at that.
It's just poking through.
We have been waiting with bated breath to get these renders of the Portofino 52. So here is a little taster of what it's going to be like on the inside, as well as some photos of the recent construction that is going on in Dubai. Look how sharp these hulls are and what beautiful lines. The plates are now going on the underneath of the hull, but we'll give you a full update when we visit Dubai in the near future. We can't wait to get to see the boat for ourselves, experience the space inside and see all the detailed renders. It's all really exciting stuff, so don't miss out and join us for that as well.
Thanks for watching, guys, and if you like what we do, show us the love and hit the like button, then hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well, so you don't miss out on your regular fix. Then kick off your shoes and you can come barefoot with us.